Okay, so we have done the basic one, and then we did the scenario one. Now we are going to do scenario two in this video. So for the scenario two, we need to include the shipping costs. So I'm going to create one which says shipping cost here. And then I'm going to create one which is cost of goods sold. And then I have revenues, and then I have the profit. Okay, so let's do the shipping cost first. To do the shipping cost, to calculate the shipping cost, we need to use the Vlookup table. So I'm going to go to the Vlookup table. I'm going to highlight this like we did before. I'm going to highlight the entire data set, and in this corner where it says name box, I'm going to call it ship. Okay, so I've called this ship. Now I can do a VLOOKUP. So equal to VLOOKUP. And for my identification or identity, I'm going to use LTS1. And the next variable that I need to look for is the table array, which is ship, which I just made. And now I need to see which column, the second column. So I'm going to put a 2 here. The first column is the merchandise ID. The second one is shipping ID, shipping cost. And it has to be exactly the same. So I'm going to use a false. And that comes to 40 cents. I'm going to, well, we can copy and paste later. So cost of goods sold is going to be equal to, in this case, we're going to change things, right? And how are we going to change things? Cost of goods sold. In scenario 2, we need to include the shipping cost. So to include the shipping cost, I'm going to take the number of units sold times, and I need to add the cost per unit, which is $5, plus any shipping cost that I have, which is this. Okay, and that comes to 151.20. Okay, 121.20. Next, we calculate the revenues. The revenues are going to be the same in the sense it's going to be equal to, we're not changing any revenues. So that is going to be number of units sold times what is the sale price per unit, which is $10. We are not including the if statements and things like that in this case. So that's why we're not doing that. So if we do not include the criteria that we have on number of units sold and ending inventory, it is going to be simply the number of units sold times sale price per unit. Okay, and that is 280. So now the profit is going to be this 280 minus this cost of goods sold, which is $128.80. Now I'm going to take this and copy it for the rest of my merchandise. I do this, and then again I calculate the total, which is going to be similar to this. Now I see this. I want to check something here. Let me check one thing here. So 128, 133, 105, 102, 1359, 207, 213, 140, 202, 207. And let me make sure that I am right here. So 486. So now I have three numbers here. So let me make this a little bigger so we can see the number. So in my basic scenario, my profits are $1,899. Whereas in my scenario 1, when I increase my sale price, it is $2,145. And my third scenario, where I do not increase the sale price, but I take the shipping cost into consideration, this is $1,686. You can also do a scenario 3. The scenario 3 can be that I'm including the shipping costs, and then I'm including the increase in price or increase in my sale price also. I can do that. And that'll be, if I do that, I think that comes to about, I would say, let me see. It comes to 1932, 1,932. It adds up by another $300. So still, my scenario 1 seems to be the one which is actually the best. Okay, the best option. So this is going to be my best option. So I'm going to go with my scenario 1. Okay, that is my answer. Okay.